2, 1, fight!
Morgan and I are from Piedmont High School and Team Scott-Botics, a robot's Ragin Scottsman.
Sam McCamus from Tampa, Florida, Ram Robotics. Our robot's name is Gruff.
We started off with $75 each from the participants in our club, and then we had drive motors donated from ComBots.
I actually did the robot as my senior design project.
Basically, we were trying to rely on our wedge, which is just steel, and it's the heaviest part of our robot, so just keep the wedge on them, and then when we have an opening, use the arm or torch them.
Basically just try to get under them and lift them up. Try to stay away from the flames.
All right, Dr. Kiki, here we go. After that sort of comedy match.
It was a little bit comedy.
That was
it
a little
really
lack
was,
of seriousness in there. We're going to get a little more serious with a couple of educational institutions.
That's right. So we have the newbies in the group,
Yeah,
right? We have
right.
University of South Florida. And
What's
they have
a robot Gruff?
Gruff.
I'm sorry.
Like the Billy Goat's Gruff,
Yeah,
I think.
the little beard. I've got a good Billy Goat story for you,
Right.
so we'll get to that later.
And so we have the university team up against a high school team.
Right, who are wearing kilts.
But this high school team isn't just any high school team. They're an experienced team. The dad's been mentoring this high school team, so there's some good experience going in on the high school level.
And he's got a nice looking robot. It's a solid wedge on the front. You know, it's that classic wedge on front, exposed tires on the back. You'd think they'd learn, but obviously that hasn't worked down to the educational institutions yet. They still like those exposed tires.
Right.
Gruff, on the other hand, has that classic four-sided armor plate going down with the cut corners. So it's much more difficult to get underneath. And apparently, I haven't really checked out the robot, but apparently he's got that lifting arm on it.
Neat.
Which would be a key thing.
The lifting arm, you can try and get underneath your opponent and then lift and throw your opponent. I have to say, I am rooting for the high school.
Really? The high school thing? Because you're going for the kilts?
I'm going for it.
Yeah.
It's not just the
I
kilts.
got to admit, the purple kilts are, I like that stuff. That's cool.
They've got some good fashion. The green and the purple, it's working.
Okay, kids, here we go.
Kids versus college students.
Skirts versus pants.
And it starts.
Ooh, we got a lot of speed.
The university team is doing well getting underneath. Ragin
nice
Scottsman.
dance. Oh, yeah. Ooh.
But it looks,
Okay.
Ragin Scottsman just thrown into the wall.
Nice rush. Nice push across the arena. Okay, so they're backing off and getting lined up.
There's a flame.
So Ragin's nice flame job on
nice
that.
Flame effect.
Yeah.
I mean, the flame effect, does that really do much?
You really have to bake the guy.
Yeah.
Because it's propane and butane, you don't get a lot. You got that nice yellow flame, which isn't hot.
It's not a lot of heat, though.
If they were running an oxyacetylene thing, it'd be a whole different story. Yeah. And here again, you can see shaky driving,
Yep. Shaky driving.
A little bit,
Gruff is really doing a good job of getting underneath the Ragin Scottsman a number of times now.
You notice how high the tip of his lifter is running, though? I don't know whether he took a bend on that or that's designed that way.
He's not doing, the lifter is not doing well at getting under the Scotsman.
Yeah.
But the wedge shape is actually being more successful.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Scotsman just keeps driving on top of him.
Right. That front skirt's doing a great job. Yeah. Uh-oh. Is Gruff stuck?
Gruff
appears to be stuck. Okay. So they're making the arena safe. They're facing the robot away from...
taking the fire away from the human entering the ring.
Yeah, we don't want that smell of burning human flesh. It's just,
No, I'd like to avoid it.
A minute and a half to go in the match. We're halfway through it.
There's a little bit of miscommunication here between the driver and the ref. Back to the fight.
Well, Ragin Scottsman wanted to turn around and be facing Gruff when the match started.
Yep.
So that was... So yes, everybody seems to be working.
Nice
flip.
The lifting arm. The
okay, now can Scotsman self-right is the big question.
The Scotsman is on his back, but the Scotsman is doing all right driving around still. The wheels are situated so it can go.
Yeah, it doesn't
on
appear
top
that
or
that
bottom.
lifting arm can self-right, or else he would have fired that off, I think.
But And that's interesting, being on its top, on top of Gruff, then firing the flamethrower. That might actually do some
big
damage.
advantage. Now, right now, where he's cooking Gruff, he's putting a lot of heat into that robot.
He's really cooking Gruff.
That's a long shot right there.
Yep. There's some serious flame coming out of that.
Doesn't that look great? Isn't that a beautiful thing, right?
It looks as though the Scotsman, though,
it's
is flaming
turning into
itself,
a bit of a barbecue.
though.
Yeah. Do you think, I mean, it might be that he's stuck?
We have 30 seconds left. The Scotsman is depending on that flamethrower.
He's doing a nice job of getting that flame in the Gruff.
Yeah, the lifting arm of Gruff has grabbed onto the Scotsman again.
But he doesn't seem, well, he doesn't want to flip him over. He wants him on his back. So he's kind of in a quandary of what to do.
We're coming down to 10 seconds.
Okay.
and Gruff gets in one final smack with that lifting arm at the end of the match.
Excellent match, wasn't it?
It was a great match. I think two really well-matched teams.
Yeah. And interesting different weapons. You know, the wedge was working good for Scotsman. The lifter was working well for Gruff.
Yeah, we'll have to. I think this is a close match. I think, just from looking at it, I would probably say Gruff, but as the winner. But I don't know how the judging's going to turn out here.
I'm not going to make a call, to be honest. I'm pretty much 50-50, but you got to admit it was good for the history of American education.
Ragin Scottsman takes this match. You guys were so totally closely matched, the two wedges kind of against each other. How do you feel you did, even though you ended up not making it top?
I feel we did pretty good. I think the decision was pretty fair. They got us a little bit at the end there, something toasted.
How did you feel about that match?
It was a little bit sketchy. I don't know, this is the first time we've actually driven it, but we just finished it this morning, so.
A little sketchy, but you came out on top. It was really close. What do you think actually ended up getting you to the top of the match?
The fire gets the crowd excited a little bit. I just don't want to have to fight Ray.